I know that feeling, mate. Back pressure build-up, eh? 2 years. Oh. You haven't got any problems, have you, Squire? Look at the size of that thing. It's amazing. You've got to admire that, haven't you? Hey, must be the size of your forearm. Not that I'm saying mine isn't, mate, because it is. You smile at me like you know different, pal, because you don't. What am I doing here? If my old man knew I was seeing a shrink, he'd be spinning in his grave. Which wouldn't be difficult. We did bury him in a barrel. That's what he would have wanted, and saved on a coffin, double whammy. I shouldn't be here. I'm not mental. No, I'm not. I'm as sane as you are. Don't you argue with me. I came here because bloody Ms. Jackson cow found out about my barman's hands. Look at me. Don't look at me. Don't look at me. Look at you. Oh, don't look at you.
Good afternoon.
Oh, bloody Ms. Jackson cow.
I'm Dr. Jackson. Hello. And as a professional courtesy, I'd appreciate it if you didn't call me a cow.
You look just like her, only, different.
Yes, well, that tends to be the way with twins, Mr.
Gov. Everyone just calls me Gov.
Interesting.
What is? What's interesting? What are you writing about me? I'm not mental!
Please come in. Take a seat.
I don't want to have sex with my mum.
I never said that you did.
No, I know, but I know what you therapists think. You think all our problems are down to wanting to have sex with our mums. Well, I just want to say now, up front, before we get started, that I do not want to have sex with my mum.
You seem very insistent about that point.
Well, I am. You haven't met my mother, have you? No one would want to have sex with her. It's disgusting. Not that I'm saying I would have sex with her if she was good looking. I mean, what are you writing about me? I'm just saying, what are you writing?
I will be taking notes, Mr.
Gov.
Gov. It will help me to understand the broader picture.
Oh, what's to understand? I mean, there are things in this life that you should just leave well alone. You don't delve. Yeah? You don't open that can of worms, do you? I mean, if you've got a can of worms, you leave it shut with the worms trapped inside, don't you? You don't open the can of worms, unless, of course, you're going fishing, then you would open the can of worms. Or if you like the feel of worms on your skin, if worms, like writhing, wriggling worms writhing around on your bare, naked flesh, if that turned you on, if that was the only way you could get off, don't write that I'm turned on by worms, 'cause I'm not! It's more Terry's sort of thing, actually.
Who's Terry?
Oh, it's just some loser who keeps coming to my pub every waking hour. His boring voice droning in my ear. I just wish he'd just shut up! Anyway, the thing is, he came in the pub with all worms, like, hanging out his trousers. And that's what made me think of worms. I'm not obsessed with worms.
But Terry is.
Well, no, actually. No, he was using them to attract birds. Yes. No, not women. Birds! Yeah, he was going through a sort of phase. I mean, normally he restricts his sexual advances to mammals, actually.
And how long has this Terry had sexual feelings towards animals?
Don't say Terry like it's in inverted commas, as if I mean me. Terry's a real person. He's not an imaginary friend or a voice in my head or an affectionate nickname for my own Todger. Although it is an affectionate nickname for his own Todger. No. Terry's a real bloke. A normal bloke. Who wants to marry every woman he meets, who wants to destroy all marine life, and who spends thousands of pounds on alcohol every week despite having no visible means of support. He's definitely real. I'm sure of it.
Let's get back to the beginning, shall we? Now, my understanding from my sister is that you collapsed. Possibly something to do with a condition called barman's hand?
Yeah, Connie said it was all psychosomatic.
Connie?
Ah. She's my barmaid. Bloody know-all-know-nothing bloody student. So lovely.
And is that why you collapsed?
I don't know. Maybe. Could have been stressed, though. The morning I got sick, I was lying in bed just thinking, is this it? Is this my life? When are the adventures going to start, eh? When am I going to get chased through a cornfield by some Hungarians in a yellow biplane?
A lot of people experience that same sense of anticlimax.
Who told you about that?
In their lives.
Oh. And I started thinking about my old dad. My old man was proud of who he was. Until my mum got hold of him. God, if I could just get 10 minutes on my own in a room with her, with no one looking, I'd...
What would you do? If you had 10 minutes in a room on your own with your mother?
Not what you think. I don't want to have sex with my mum. No. I'm normal. I want to kill her.
And matricide is normal, is it?
Well, no, I wouldn't use matricide. Of course not. I'd be humane about the whole business. Besides, matricide's detectable in the blood these days, isn't it? Oh, no, matricide, sorry. Been stupid. Matricide, that's when you smother them with a mattress, isn't it? Yeah, thanks for that. That's a great idea. I'd do that, definitely. I'd smother her the way she smothered me all these years.
Let's talk more about your father.
I don't want to have sex with him either. I was never confused.
It's intriguing that you equate homosexuality with confusion. Does your sexuality make you confused?
You're twisting my words by using their correct definitions. No, not at all. I've never been confused. Even as a young lad, I've always known that I was not a gay. Even at Landlord Academy, when some of the other boys were experimenting with wet towels and biscuits. I mean, you know, I'd take a back seat. Not literally. No, I'd just watch, you know, from behind the curtain. They didn't know I was there. I was just watching, looking, you know, watching them. I wasn't confused. No. Curious is a better word.
Curious?
Yeah, curious, you know, of all the practical matter, you know, the technical side of it, you know, the ins and outs, the mechanics of the whole business. I mean, what goes where? What are these fellas doing? I mean, it's got to be unhygienic, hasn't it? I mean, you know, it's the two most unhygienic things in the world being forced together like that. Hold on a minute! I see what you're doing. You're tricking me, aren't you? You get me to talk about my childhood. Well, you listen to me. I'm as likely to have been affected by something that's happened this week as I am by something that may or may not have happened when I was a kid. No, I got issues from my childhood. So what? You're an adult. Grow up!
I'm more interested in this week, to be honest. Let's go on with your day.
Well, a couple of weeks before, these mice had moved into the kitchen. They were amazing. They just had little baby mice. I'd seen it all. The last days of pregnancy, the birth, brought back bad memories of my wife, that one. Ooh. The day the little ones first opened their eyes and sucked on their mother's teat. But it was my secret. No one knew about it. Now, listen, if you see one of these, no matter how tempted you are by the cheese, don't go anywhere near it. I'm just putting some traps out.
That is so barbaric. You know, animals have rights too. In 100 years' time, people like you will be viewed in the same way as slave traders are today. Oh, can make me a bacon sarnie, could you?
Of course. So lovely. Hang on a minute. What are you doing here so early? You're 2 hours early. That's not like you.
Oh, it's just, I thought if I came in early, then maybe I could get away.
No. It doesn't work like that, does it, love? We're closed, aren't we? There's nothing for you to do. There's no one here, is there?
Do you know what time I had to get up so I could get in this early? Do you? 9:30 in the morning! This is like a ghost town. You do not know how hard it is.
Nor do you, love.
So you have sexual feelings for this girl?
How do you know? I mean, how dare you? Of course not. I couldn't possibly see her like that. So young, so innocent, so much to learn from an older, more experienced man.
And do you see yourself as that man?
No! No! Of course not. I mean, I'm 16 years older than her. I'm old enough to be her father, technically. Though, of course, for that to work, I would have had to have lost my virginity 8 years earlier than I did. Unless the toilet seat thing is true. I think of more of as a daughter, yeah? Well, no, one of my daughter's friends who's maybe a little bit in awe of me, and then one day when we're driving home from choir practice, we ran out of petrol on a deserted road in the middle of a wood. And she turns to me and says, I want to become a woman. I say, I thought you were a woman. She goes, well, not until the final operation. She pulls down her pants and she's goes, look, it's impossible! It's impossible for me to talk to a psychiatrist! The thing with you psychiatrists is you're the mad ones, which I'm not. I am not mental. Write it down. Not mental. Write it down.
I sense a lot of anger in you, Gov.
Oh, how fucking perceptive are you? I've had all that book knowledge hasn't gone to waste, love.
Look, nobody's trying to suggest that you're mental. And I don't believe I've asked you any questions about your childhood.
Yeah, but you will, won't you? Yeah, I know what you lot think. The child is the father to the man. The child is the father. That's bollocks, isn't it? It's the wrong way round. The man is the father to the child. We're not in Holland, are we? I mean, I heard one of your mob on the radio the other day saying that Hitler only did what he did because he'd been rejected by his mother. Well, I bloody well hope she rejected him. He was Hitler.
Do you feel you were rejected by your mother?
Of course I do. She was always leaving me, just like all the others. Why did I leave her?
In what sense was she always leaving you?
In the sense that she was always packing her bags and going out the bloody door. Do you know what my first memory is? Do you? I must have only been 2 weeks old.
All right, darling. I'm just going off on a little holiday. I need one after having to squeeze you out of my clacker. Don't worry, your dad's downstairs. And if you get lonely, you can play with your friend, Mr. Corkscrew.
Come on, Dolly, the bus leaves in 5 minutes.
All right, Barry, I'm coming.
Oh. A right chip off the old block, eh, sir? Nephew? You make your uncle very proud. You're doing fine.
Let's go before my bloody husband finds us.
I feel rotten doing this to my own brother, on top of everything else. But I've got an itch, and it needs scratching.
Oh, shut up, you brat! Here, Barry, nip down the back way, eh? Let's start as we mean to go off.
Good old Uncle Barry taking Mum on holiday like that. Oh, see, you've got me talking about my childhood again.
You volunteered the information, but all this is very helpful in understanding your situation.
Don't you understand? I don't want to be understood. If you understood me at all, you'd understand that. I don't want to be understood anyway. I want to be loved. Is that too much to ask? And the only way someone can love me is if they don't understand me. My wife didn't understand me and everything was fine. She only left me when she understood me. So why did they leave? Why? 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 What are you looking at?
Back off! What a bloody nutcase.
Sorry about that, Doc.
It's okay. I'm glad you came back.
Well, I didn't want to, but I need you to cure my hands, that's all.
What can I do? Therapy's all hogwash. It's just a way for overeducated, book-knowledge idiots to con decent, ordinary people out of their hard-earned money. Which is why I'm glad you came back. So that I can make it up to you.
Eh?
I want you, Gov.
Oh.
I want you in me now.
Oh my God, I don't believe it! This is it, I'm finally going to break my 2-year duck!
Oh, Gov, you're a magnificent lover.
That's right, take it, Vicky!
I'm Nikki.
Oh, yeah, sorry, Nikki.
I'm Vicky!
Oh, it was Jackson! Cow!
Get into me, big boy!
Oh, I'm trying.
Gov! How can you do this to your own uncle? Uncle, I suppose I could hardly talk after what happened with your mum.
Eh?
Nothing?
Come on, Governor, I want it!
I don't want to. And I can't.
What's wrong, Governor? Oh, my God. It's all shriveled and twisted. You've got Barman's cock.
Damn this useless cock! Look at me! Don't look at me! Look at me! Don't look at me!
Maybe I can help.
Oh, God! No! No! I don't want to have sex with my my mum!
We were talking about your wife.
Oh. Yeah, I know.
I think your blacking out may hold the key. What happened just before you collapsed?
I don't want to talk about it. Ah, you broke my heart. Do you remember that song?
No. How long have you been depressed?
Since the mice left, I suppose.
The mice that preceded you losing consciousness. Let's talk about them.
Well, I was in the kitchen making lunch for Terry.
Terry again.
He's real honest. I looked under the sink, but my mice had left me. They'd gone.
And how did that make you feel?
Like a warm can of lager had been shaken up and opened inside my brain. Only not as nice, obviously. Mice had left me. Just like all the others.
You clearly have a real fear of being abandoned, but you know, it is just in your imagination. Not everyone is going to leave you. Okay, sorry. Your receptionist should know better. Yep. Emergency. Yeah, okay. Sorry, I won't be a moment.
Ta-da! Terry? How did you get in here?
Dr. Jackson, it's an emergency. Come to reception straight away.
You master of disguise, you. What are you doing here anyway?
The lads just wanted to send you their best. We're right behind you.
Oh, that's really nice.
And I have to find out if you're nuts or not. There's £4 resting on this one.
Well, no, I'm not.
Bollocks!
Hold on, Terry, hold on. I need to ask you a question, mate, and I want you to answer me as honest as you can.
All right, anything, Gov.
Are you real?
Let me answer that question with a question. What is reality?
Well, you know, stuff that's real and that, not imagined.
Oh, yeah. Well, in that case, I am, yes. My mouth is a mouth.
Oh, thank God for that. Yeah, you better scarp her, mate.
To be honest, I was really hoping to get a gimp of Miss Jackson's twin sister. You know, I once believed there was nothing more exciting than two women together, lezzing up. But I was wrong, because if on the second day of Christmas my true love sent to me two twins a lezzing, I could do without all the other presents, to be honest. I'd even give the partridge back. You know how fond I am of our feathered friends.
Well, I'm bloody annoyed about it. I was with a patient.
Whoops. Better get moving. One thing before I go.
Yeah?
I'm so sorry about that false alarm. Where were we?
It wasn't me that fired, it was Terry.
Oh, yes. Let's blame it on our old friend Terry, shall we?
He was here, really.
And where is he now?
Well, he escaped.
Yes, he did.
No, he was here. We were talking and everything.
What about?
Well, about you, actually, and your sister, and a partridge, and it's really not important right now. Here, look, I was wondering, do you understand the meaning of dreams?
Why?
Well, it's just I had this dream last night. In it, I dreamt I was pulling a pint, right? But nothing was coming out. And I kept pulling the tap harder and harder and harder, pulling. Still nothing came out. Is this making any kind of sense?
I have a hunch. Go on.
Right, so I unscrewed the screw underneath the beer tap, right? And I was just about to get the screw undone when suddenly my what's it, my thingamajig,
You're Terry.
No! My penis fell off. And this little creature ran up and picked it up in its mouth and ran away with it.
What sort of creature?
Oh, an hamster or something, I don't know.
A rodent. What other rodents do you know?
Rats, guinea pigs, Mr. Jackson from the brewery. No offence.
Mice?
Yeah, I suppose.
When those mice gave birth to their babies, they became a family, didn't they?
Yeah? What's your point?
Ah, sorry, time's up.
Hey? What do you mean, time's up? You haven't even given my hands, look!
It's going to take a long time to sort out all your problems, Gov.
I'm not coming back. You've had your chance.
Well, your hour's up. You're my last patient. I have to go home. That means you have to go too. Rules are rules.
Here. You know, it's just struck me, Nicky, Doctor. You and me are actually quite alike.
No, we're not.
Now, here we are.
I can assure you, we're nothing like each other.
No, you should hear me out.
I don't need to. You're not like me.
Yes, I am. I mean, look at us. We spend all day listening to the worries and problems of our clients. I mean, you've got your fancy diploma and your plush chairs. I've got me lager and me nuts. But at the end of the day, who have we got? Who have we got to listen to us?
Well, fortunately, I don't have any real problems to worry about.
I know. Must be very difficult for you seeing your twin sister do so well in the family business.
I'm very pleased for her. Now I've got to lock up.
Yeah, but you turned your back on the brewery, didn't you? Yeah, you went to medical school, you got your diploma. Your father must have been so disappointed.
Don't be ridiculous.
And all the while, your twin sister, so like you in so many ways, a part of you, cleft from the same egg, and goes to work for the brewery, becomes a brewery rep for up to 8 pubs, all by the time she's 35 years old. She must be the apple of your father's eye.
Yes, all right, you're right. It's true, she was always his favourite, always. I tried to rebel. I thought maybe I'd just get a little bit of attention that way, but oh no. No, it just drove him even closer to her, little Miss Goody Two-Shoes. And now she's even given him the grandchild he always wanted. Yes, I hate them all. They've ruined my life.
Oh, there. Do you want to talk about it?
What good does talking do? It's not going to solve anything, is it? Right. Do you know what I do? To get back at them, the only thing that makes me feel better, I go out and I have strings of meaningless sexual encounters with people from the brewery trade. Delivery men, bar staff, male and female. Landlords.
Hey?
Come on, Gov. Therapy's very expensive. You might as well get your money's worth.
Oh, isn't this against regulations or something?
Oh, who cares?
Ooh, but rules is rules. Oh, Christ.
The only thing that's wrong with you is that you've lost any sense of control over your life. You feel impotent. Screwing the boss's daughter will give you back a sense of power. Then everything will be fine.
This is it. I'm finally going to break my 2-year duck. Who cares about back pressure build-up? Who cares about magma? Oh, my hell is over. Come and get me, Vicky!
Hey, Vicky!
Yeah, whatever. Come and get me!
Where is it?
Oh, no, this isn't real, is it? It's just my mind playing tricks on me again. Still, 2 years in. Oh, no. Stop it, mind! Why must you torment me so? Look, thanks for everything. No good. I'm all cured now. I've got to go.
Oh, that's it. Run away, you mental bastard! Who are you?
Terry Brooks, landlord of the Windy Miller.
A landlord?
You better believe it, baby. Terry Brooks, you master disguise, you.